Alright, LaCorey Fit TV checking back in with my second video out of the 3-video series about bodybuilding, and in this video I'm going to share with you a little bit about my contest prep and what I did, because I was my own coach for it. I didn't get a coach to lay out the plan, and I basically did my own research and decided what I wanted to do. So I'm going to talk first about nutrition, and I'm not going to give everything away because I don't want you guys to steal my excellent plan that I had. So I started off at 12 weeks out, cutting for the competition, and I really like that time frame. It was enough for me, and I'm feeling good where I'm at right now. Today's Thursday. I'm 9 days out from my first competition. So I started off with set macros, and let me talk about the macros. Every single day of prep, I had a certain number of macronutrients that I wanted to hit for fats, carbs, and protein, and I believe that if you hit your macros, whether they're set to make you gain weight or lose weight, you're going to reach your goals. So that's how I did my entire prep, with targeted macros. So what my macros were at the beginning were about 250 to 300 grams of carbs, about 40 to 60 grams of fat, and throughout the entire prep I kept my protein at 200 to 220 grams of protein because I never wanted to lose any muscle. At 8 weeks out, I started a carb cycle to go with my 4-day workout split. And what I started my carb cycle at was 150 grams, 200 grams, 250 grams, and 300 grams of carbs. And that sounds really good right now because I'm a lot lower. And basically every 2 weeks I cut it down about 20 to 50 grams and just kept dwindling it down so I could cut out calories. And right now, the final carb cycle that I've been doing for about 4 weeks has been 100 grams carbs, 150 grams carbs, another day of 150, and a high carb day of 200 grams carbs. So that is fairly low. I could have gone lower, but I never felt like I had the need to. And on, say, the low carb day, I had a little bit higher fats, and my protein was always at 200 to 220 grams of protein, so I didn't lose any muscle. So that worked pretty good, and I'm really happy about how that carb cycle worked, because with my workout split, I did chest and tris the first day, I did back and biceps the second day, I did shoulders and an ab routine the third day, and on the fourth day, I did legs. And on every fourth day on legs, I had my high carb day, so I could refuel as much as I could for legs, and it worked really well, and I'm happy about how it worked. And I rarely took days off from lifting until the last 4 weeks, where I cut out one leg day, a split, just to give myself enough rest, because I started doing more cardio. So for cardio's concern, I started off at the 12 weeks doing about 30 minutes of cardio with my lift, about 3 days a week, just to get it going, because I never really did that much cardio. I was a lifter, and no one really likes cardio at all, and I still don't. But around like 8 weeks out, when I started that carb cycle, I started doing my cardio separately in the morning and lifting at night. And I started doing that about 3 times a week at 8 weeks out. And like I did with my nutrition, I dwindled the nutrition down every couple weeks. And for cardio, I upped it every couple weeks. So for the last few weeks, at the end of my prep, I've been going 4 to 5 days, maybe 6 days a week, doing 45 minutes of morning cardio. So that's pretty intense, and I gotta attribute me getting lean to the amount of cardio that I did do. It's a big step, and I didn't really do fasted cardio. Fasted cardio is when you wake up, don't eat anything and go. I usually had a scoop of protein shake, that's it, before. If you call that fasted, then whatever. It's what worked for me and what worked for my eating schedule too. I ate right when I got home, and I really like that. So that's basically it. People ask me what I did, and I tell them that, and they're like, okay, so that's the basics. And I'm like, yeah, I kept it pretty simple, and I didn't do anything too crazy. And I don't think you need to do anything crazy, because when it comes down to it, it's just the diet, the cardio, the lifting to maintain your muscle. So I'm really happy about how it's gone. I'm 9 weeks out, and I'm a few days away from starting my peak week. If you're wondering what peak week is, I'm going to do my third video on peak week. But a little bit of the supplements I used throughout this prep. There's a few big ones that I use, just the main ones. I used Creation Supplements, my supplement sponsor. I used their multivitamin, and I used their protein for post-workout. And for a pre-workout, I basically switched a lot. Sometimes didn't use one. And I like C4. C4 is my favorite, but I ran out of there a couple times. And I'd make my own pre-workout by mixing Amino Energy, pure beta-alanine, my favorite ingredient. If you know what it does, it's awesome. You get the tingles, and glutamine. So I made my own stuff with pre-workout, and sometimes I didn't use it. And for a thermogenic, I use Cellucor's Super HD. That is basically kind of a caffeine pill, but I love caffeine anyways. And that helped me a lot through my prep. And I cycled off that Super HD twice, and I'm finishing up the last cycle as I finish my prep. So that's about it. Pretty basic for what I did. I didn't do anything crazy. I just came up with a plan, stuck to it, and I reached my goals that I set out to do. So that's basically how any nutritional goal program is going to work, and it's got me 9 days out, and I'm getting a little nervous. That's fine, but I'm excited to hit that stage. Stay tuned for video 3. I have to go warm up some food because I am starving, like I always am. Thanks guys for watching.